Hello and welcome to AS Psychology Revision. Let's start off with key terms. Sex and gender. Sex is whether someone is male or female, whereas gender is whether someone is masculine, feminine or androgynous. They differ because sex is biological, while gender is psychological. Androgyny is individuals who display high levels of both masculine and feminine behaviours equally. And sex role stereotypes are organised beliefs about the behaviour, attitudes and characteristics males and females should have. This causes us to overestimate the differences and underestimate the similarities between the sexes. The BSRI inventory aimed to create an inventory to measure androgyny. 50 female and 50 male judges were asked to rate, out of 200 traits, the top 20 most desired masculine and the top 20 most desired feminine traits. For example, a masculine trait would be aggressive and a feminine trait would be sympathetic. When this inventory was tested on 1,000 students, it showed to be valid when checked against the student's description of their gender identity. When tested again on a smaller sample, similar results were found. So in conclusion, some people scored highly on masculine and highly on feminine traits, whilst others were more androgynous, and these people tended to be psychologically healthier. Now, a study that investigated sexual stereotyping was the Kuhn et al. Study, which aimed to see if sexual stereotyping develops at an early age. 2 to 3-year-olds were shown male and female paper dolls. Psychologists then said a statement, for example, "I like dolls," and then they asked the children which doll made which statement. They found in the results that most 2-year-olds had similar ideas about the sexes. For example, all girls like dolls. So in conclusion, very young children are aware of sexual stereotyping and use it to describe gender. Nature versus nurture and cross-cultural research. On the nature side of the debate, these people believe that gender is innate and is caused by biological factors such as the gonads, chromosomes and hormones. For example, males are aggressive due to high testosterone levels. On the nurture side of the debate, these people believe that gender is learnt. It's learnt through environmental factors such as the media, parents and peers. For example, males are aggressive because they learnt this behaviour from their surroundings. Now, how does cross-cultural research tie into this? If there are cultural differences in gender, this suggests that gender depends on the environment, and therefore gender is nurture, not nature. So cross-cultural research can provide evidence for or against the nature-nurture debate. One such study was the Mead study, which aimed to see if there are cultural differences in gender. Mead lived with and observed 3 tribes for 6 months on the island of New Guinea and recorded their behaviour. She found that one tribe, both sexes were masculine, and in another tribe, both sexes were feminine. In the third tribe, the gender roles were reversed from Western society. In conclusion, as different cultures show differences in gender-related behaviour, this must mean that gender must be nurture, not nature. There is also the Roscoe study done in 1998 on the BERDACHE, which is a third gender role. These individuals have a unique set of traits which blend male and female gender roles. The BERDACHE supports the nurture debate because if gender is different to sex, for example, androgynous or BERDACHE, then gender must be learned, not internal, because there aren't 3 sexes. Mead uses observations. Observations aren't scientific because they're subjective. This can make them unreliable because repetition might not give the same results. Observations may also be biased. Mead herself was a nurture debate supporter. This makes the results unreliable, so they're less likely to be used. Also, when Mead's studies were replicated, they found different results. This makes her results unreliable as they didn't match up to follow-up studies, which casts doubt on her findings, so it's less likely to be used.